Lads. Lads, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. My name's Nick, and we are going to be talking about Sheffield United 1, Aston Villa 0, full time. We've just won our fourth game of the season. Who'd have thought it right now we'd still be talking about a fourth win of the season? We probably did that within the first 2 months last season. But it's been one of them seasons. We've been poor for the most part. We've had a lot of bad luck. Tonight, even, we've won a game against Aston Villa, and we've still had bad luck. But it's not just luck. You can't just say, oh, we've had bad luck. That's a poor refereeing decision for me. Really poor. Now, I'd love to hear what everybody says in the comments, because I thought Kean Bryan was coming across, and I thought he's miles away from goal. How can he seriously get sent off for that? How does the referee know that it's a clear goal scoring opportunity? It's miles away from goal. Anyway, we'll get onto that in a little bit, because I've seen somebody liken that to earlier on in the season against Villa when Basham got brought down right in front of goal. That wasn't a goal scoring opportunity, apparently, in the same season. Anyway, let's move on. So, Aston Villa, don't get me wrong, had the most of the possession, but I wouldn't say they were brilliant. I wouldn't say they played great football tonight. I thought they were pretty mediocre. There was glimpses of brilliance. I forgot the guy's name. Traore, in the first half, danced around about 4 or 5 of our players, and normally I'd be like, what are you doing? Like, take the bloody ball off him. You've got about 4 or 5 men around him, but it was Messi-esque, really, Hazard-esque. He literally just like in, out, and he actually put it wide, which was a pretty poor shot, to be perfectly honest. But before all that happened, David McGoldrick made it 1-0, half an hour into the game. Not a lot really happened in that first half. I don't think we had any other really big opportunities. I don't think we had anything in the game, to be honest, other than that. It was a bit of a smash and grab, if I'm being completely honest. And I think that red card probably worked against Villa, because that made us sit back even more. There's loads of things to talk about in this game. So, like, obviously, I'm running through quite quickly the game, but there's lots and lots of talking points. Concert in the second half had a really good effort saved by Ramsdale, and then Norwood got rid of it off the line. I'm trying to think what else happened, because in this one, normally I write down points that have happened throughout the game, but when you're doing a live stream, it's so much more difficult to do that whilst you're commenting live. Tonight, it was amazing. Between 300 and 400 people in that stream tonight. So if you were in that stream, we thank you so much. It was such a great stream. So Conte had that really good chance from a corner. The ball dropped, hit it very, very well with his left foot. Ramsdale made a stop, bobbled over him, could have gone anywhere, but obviously Norwood got it cleared away. There was another one where I think it was Traore again, kind of hit the ball into the ground on the swivel, and it hit Ampadu, and he got rid of it. But other than that, Aston Villa were really, really poor in the final third. Crosses into the box, not good enough, sometimes not beating the first man. The strikers not getting amongst it when the ball was coming into the box. Just lots and lots of crosses that didn't amount to anything. They were poor. I'm going to be honest, they were poor. We weren't much better, but we defended really well, and they attacked really poorly. At one point, when Ross Barkley came on, I was expecting him to do a lot more in that final third. I just remember on that left-hand side when the ball got played through, I think it was from McGinn to Barkley? Really, really poor. When they just needed something a little bit more, it wasn't there. But I don't care. We've won 1-0. Again, it's our fourth win of the season. Is it on? I don't think so. I was going to come on and pretend like I believed it was still on, but it wasn't, was it? Well, it's not, is it? Let's be honest. We might not finish bottom of the league. With 3 points off West Brom. They've got a game in hand. It would be nice to see us put 2 wins together tonight and then Southampton at the weekend. That would be excellent to see, especially when we've barely had that all season. We had that little purple patch where we won some FA Cup games. We beat Newcastle. A couple of days later, a couple of games later, we played well against Man City, only just lost 1-0. Could have nicked a point with flex volley. Then we went and beat Man United, and we thought, could we do this? I think it's going to be a stretch. Even if we did put a winning performance in against Southampton, we've barely got any defenders, have we? Now Jags is out because of that stupid sending off. I can't see it being overturned, if I'm being completely honest, because the referee physically went to the monitor and changed his decision. Like, what else? What can you say about that? Like, obviously, the guys at Stockley Park were like, we're not sure about that, referee. Go and check your decision. The referee gave Jagielka a booking at first, then changed it to a red card. We were going crazy. We were incensed on that stream. We were just like, what is going on? How can you say that is a definite goal-scoring opportunity? It's beyond me. It really is. And the reason why I mentioned about the Bash thing earlier on against Villa last season is Bash was right in front of goal when he got brought down, and they gave us a penalty, but no red card. Now, is this because I don't know the rules anymore? It feels like the rules get changed every single year, so we don't actually know what's what anymore. Back when I used to watch it as a kid, they would maybe change one rule every 4 or 5 years. Now it's every 2 minutes, isn't it? Every 2 minutes. So who knows? At one point, it used to be double jeopardy. If you got a penalty, it wasn't a red card, but I don't think that's the case anymore. But like I say, who bloody knows? When they change it that much, if you don't see that news when it gets changed, you're not going to know. So I don't think any of us really know these days. But Jags got sent off. Like I said, poor decision for me. Back to the Wolves. I was really, really worried because I was thinking, Kean Bryan's small for a centre-back. He loses a lot of headers against bigger lads. Ampadu loses a lot of headers, especially from corners. He's caused a lot of us to concede goals a lot this season from corners, from set pieces. So I was worried. And they had a lot of free kicks in good areas, crossed the ball a lot, like I said. And we defended really, really well. We brought on Ollie Burke when Jags got sent off. The right decision for me. Chris Wilder, very good. Brought off Brewster to give Ollie Burke that kind of license to stretch their defence, because they were going to be pushing more and more and more men forward. But Ollie Burke, I've been banging the drum for him to start, and he was really poor tonight. He obviously uses pace. You don't get slower even if you're off form. But when he was getting to those positions where you're like, just go at him, it was either a bad touch or he didn't quite know what to do with it. He just needs the confidence. And I think if we were to get relegated next season in the Championship, his confidence will skyrocket because he'll get so many more chances. And I think he will put the ball in the back of the net as long as he gets the game time. But he got brought off. For McBurney. I think it was the right decision to bring McBurney on, but I think it was such a confidence drainer from Wilder to bring Burke off when he'd already been brought on. I know he didn't play that well, but he's always a threat. He's a big lad. He's a big, strong, quick lad. Played him up front. It's always going to be tough for them to kind of mark him. And yeah, bring McBurney on because we didn't have any big guys that were going to win any headers. I can't believe how well we did defending without McBurney. And then when McBurney came on, actually, he didn't really have to do much. We defended so well, diving it. At one point, McGinn had a shot from a long way out. I couldn't see him scoring from there. But we had 4 men diving at the ball. Where has that been all season? Where has it been? Like, we've been so poor defensively. We've looked like we don't care in some games. We look like the game's passing us by. And then tonight, we went 1-0 up. That gave them the confidence to go and keep hold of that. And I feel like against Brighton, it was the same story. We went 1-0 up, maybe against the run of play. And then we had something to hold on to. We couldn't quite do it against Brighton away. But we certainly did it tonight. We were brilliant. We gave Villa a little bit of revenge after last season. But at the same time, we're the team that look like we're going down, and they're the team that's doing really well. So it's not that much revenge, is it, really? We've won the battle. They've definitely won the war this season. But I hope it's a stepping stone to give us a little bit of confidence to go and get a few more wins from this season. We're not going to beat the Derby. Hopefully, people are going to stop saying that we are the worst. People keep saying it, even though we're on the same points as Derby. People keep saying we're the worst team that's ever been in the Premier League. We're not. We were either joint worst, but we were joint worst at that point. But also, we had so many games left. We're always going to get a point or 3 points or more, and we have tonight. So that's brilliant. We love to see it. I'll quickly just run through the team before we get into the comments. Ramsdale had another great game. That one that squirmed over his body. He initially made the save. Ollie Norwood got rid of it. Doesn't matter. It's another clean sheet for Ramsdale. I think that's only his second of the season. Trying to remember these wins. There's not many, but I'm still struggling to remember them. Ampadu, he was there. He was there when he needed to be all the time, constantly on the line, stopping things, winning tackles, beating his players, beating his man to the ball, winning headers. He did really well tonight. Keane Bryan did okay at times. I thought Keane Bryan, there was a couple of hairy moments, but you're always going to get that with Keane Bryan. But I was worried with those two playing centre back tonight, and I'm worried for the Southampton game if that red card for Jags is upheld. Do we go for it at the back? I feel like we've got to. There's nothing else we can do, really, is there? We don't have any other centre backs. Let's have a look who's on the bench. Not one, I don't think. No, it doesn't look like it. The only thing what we could do is play Stevens at centre back, but then you've got either Ampadu or Bryan at centre back, which doesn't scream leadership to me. That you would have to say it'd be Bryan, because Ampadu is right-footed and Bryan's left-footed. So yeah, I'm not sure about that. We'll have to see. I hope he goes to 4 at the back. Bulldog, I thought did really well. Always puts 100% in. Will never, ever, ever give up on anything. That's what you love about Bulldog. Stevens, another pretty poor game tonight, to be honest. Really poor on the ball. I don't really remember him doing too much defensively as well. Gave away a really sloppy free kick at one point where he just went through Ollie Watkins. It was poor. Like Ollie Watkins just turned and he just carried on going through him. Stand him up. Lundstram and Fleck, honest, didn't notice Fleck much tonight. I thought Lundstram on the ball was really poor, giving away a lot of possession, a lot. There was one that I remember that Ozzy was away on the left-hand side. Just a poor ball. Ozzy could have been in behind. But, yeah, it was a poor ball. The reason why I didn't say Norwood then was because I thought Norwood was man of the match tonight. If you don't agree, come at me. Let me know in the comments, because I thought Norwood was unbelievable defensively. He was always there. He cleared that one off the line when Ramsdale kind of saved it but spilt it. He just, he didn't let the defence kind of do their job, because he was always there just nipping in before the defender had to do a job. And that's what you want to see. As a defender, you don't want to have to do your job. If a midfielder can do that job for you, that's even better. You're better placed elsewhere. If Norwood can kind of do all them little bits and break up play and stuff, you don't want your centre back to be coming high up and trying to win the ball. Norwood can do that. Let him do it. And he was brilliant tonight. I've got to say, he's had quite a few poor games in the past few, but he was excellent tonight. And I hope he carries on this form. David McGoldrick played all right, got his goal. Bulldog obviously got the assist. I did mention that. It was a shot. It was a shot that was going wide. But David McGoldrick, excellent, came from deep. Just came at the back post, followed in. David McGoldrick's brilliant at following in. Really, really good at that sort of stuff. But he doesn't get a lot of chance to do it because he's always coming deep, which I want to see him do that. because David McGoldrick's so good at making things happen, but at the same time, he's great at kind of being ready for something. If something comes off a goalkeeper, he's done that loads of times this season and last. And obviously, like 7 goals now for the season for McGoldrick. It's brilliant. We want to see 10. 10 for the season would be amazing. Ryan Brewster, not really a lot to say. I said on the stream, when we got the goal, he seemed to grow in confidence. He was all over the place, chasing down, but everything bounced off him. He didn't hold anything up. I don't really remember him even making a pass. I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did better than what I'm giving him credit for. But another one where it's been a little bit poor. It wasn't his fault for coming off. We had to do something, and he brought on Burke to stretch the play, which I thought was the right idea at the time. But Burke was poor as well, so that's Burke. Ozzy came on for Didsey. I thought that was a good idea at the time as well, because Ozzy is all over the place. I thought Ozzy was brilliant when he came on. He's another Norwood where he'll just sit in front of the defence and break things up before, so the defence doesn't have to do that sort of dirty work. They can sit further back and deal with kind of balls coming into the box and watching the strikers. It's always great when the midfield can do that job for him. And actually, Ollie McBurney, didn't really notice him much. What time did he come on, McBurney? He came on in the 89th minute. That's probably why I forgot about that. They brought him on just to kind of sit in the middle of the box and win those headers from the crosses. So it doesn't matter how all these players play, as long as we get that win, keeps us rolling on, keeps us picking up an odd few points here or there. We'll go into the comments because I've not really got anything else to say other than Jagielka should never have been sent off. Anyway, I'll quickly run through. This might be done at a later stage, mate. So, yeah, watch this space. Bench Ender and Lunny and put Didsey and McBurney in attacking midfield. That is a bit of a crazy idea, and I can't see why they're doing that. But Ender and Lundstrom, for me, are not pulling their weight in the slightest. That's right, Glenn. Rammers did come out more and gathered quite well tonight. There was only one that he dropped, I think it was. And, yeah, he did brilliantly. Hal, legend, my man, Great Escape, 8. I think it's Great Escape 9, probably. Nick, in the first half, you said great Leicester are going to draw 1-1 with Burnley and Sheffield United are going to win 1-0. Did I say that? I don't even remember that. That's great. That's what we like to see. Obviously, Burnley did draw tonight, so that's 2 points back on Burnley. Like I said, it's a long, long, long way away. But you never know, guys. You never go. You never know. Norwood's best game this season, man of the match. No Baldock or Didsey for me. Fair enough. But I thought he was brilliant today, Norwood. I thought he was excellent. Norwood wasn't pinging the ball at all when there was an opportunity to switch the ball. Maybe not, but I'm talking more about his defensive work. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. Brewster doesn't get enough delivery. I think he needs to do something about it himself as well. You can't just wait for the ball to land at your feet. Right, so Robert here, Didsey had a yellow and just had a poor tackle, so Osborne sub made a lot of sense. Definitely, absolutely. I think for me, Ozzy puts just about as much effort in as Didsey, and especially with Didsey tiring as well. He could have easily dived in into a silly tackle and got booked, especially if we're trying our best to not get beaten in this game. And Didsey could have easily had to put in a challenge to stop them from kind of advancing up the pitch and getting himself sent off. So absolutely bang on there. Aren't any of our injured players going to be available to Southampton? We'll have to wait for what Wilder says in his press conference, Neville, because it doesn't sound like it. It didn't really clarify any of the any of the injuries were coming back from his last press conference. So I don't think so. Ramsdale's growing and looks more confident. The defender's starting to believe in it. I think so. There was one early on with Keane Bryan where they both went for the ball, but at that point, I don't know. Like I felt like it was Ramsdale's fault because Keane Bryan could have just dealt with it, but at the same time, I'd rather both of them go for the ball than neither of them go for the ball. In all honesty. Glenn's right. Osborne plays for the shirt. Great performance. Thank you very much. Love listening to you guys trying to pronounce my name, by the way. I still don't know what it is. That's why I didn't just say it then. This game will hit Villa. They expected to win tonight. They probably did. Everybody's probably expecting to beat us. Yeah, we just keep going. Southampton are going to be very wary of us tonight after winning as well. So I can't see that being an easy game. Southampton maybe not been great as of late, but hopefully we'll put up a better fight than we did the last time we played Southampton. That's what David McGoldrick was talking about in his interview afterwards. He was saying it hit him hard when we played Southampton. We got beaten 3-0. We were really poor in that game, but we've been really poor in a lot of games this season. That is not what I expected. As a neutral fan watching that, it was incredible. I don't think I'd have seen it that way as a neutral, because it was backs to the walls. It was for us, especially with 10 men, bottom of the league, not had much luck this season. It wasn't a red because Brian might have covered. We're never going to know. VAR should only intervene for clear obvious. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't clear and obvious, was it? Let's be honest. But they did tell him to go and have a look at the screen, and that's what he's come up with. John says, great cup run, light performance though. Europe next season as cup winners from the championship. That would be very nice to see. That would be hilarious. But I think we may struggle to one, stay in Europe, and two, get promoted straight away, because having to play in Europe, I don't even know why we're talking about it, to be honest. Best time to play Southampton, exactly, that is bang on. And finally, get in there, Blades. Hope you stay up. Proper club with class fans. A West Ham fan. Who'd have thought it? It's a miracle. The night has been miracle after miracle after miracle. So it's great to see. Anyway, let's leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Really appreciate all the likes, all the subscribes. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and please like the stream also. We've just beaten Aston Villa, for God's sake. If this isn't a time to like the stream, just make sure you do so, guys. Make sure you do so. Look at that. I didn't even know that Southampton have 1 point from 9. That is really poor for a Southampton team. It really is, because they've been good for large parts of this season. So it is the best time to play them. We've just come off the back of a win. We're all buzzing. Let's hope we can get off the bottom of the bloody Premier League. I know we're still 3 points off. West Brom's got a game in hand. But can we do it? Let's hope so. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. And staying good, Nick. I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing. And let's just leave it there. Woo!